Hello students, welcome to IPM International School Ireland Social Studies class. This is Mr. Amit David and today we will be learning about the Northern Plains. Northern Plains, the place where you and I live. The Northern Plains are between the Himalayas and the Southern Plateau. The flat and level Northern Plains stretch from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. They cover almost the whole of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. The northern plains are very fertile plains, rich in alluvial soil in most parts. Important cities in the northern plains are Chandigarh, Amritsar, Delhi, Agra, Kanpur, Lucknow, Patna, Varanasi, Kolkata and Allahabad. So students, let us study the northern plains in detail. First we will start with the northern rivers. Many important rivers which start from the Himalayas flow from this region. Some of the important rivers are Yamuna, Ganga, Brahmaputra and Satluj. They carry important soil, very fertile soil which is very useful for farming. They carry these soils with them and they deposit these soil on their banks, their river banks. Now children, these rivers are snow-fed rivers, means they receive the water throughout the year. As the glacier in the Himalayas are melting, these rivers get their water from there and so they get the water throughout the year. You know children, these plains are the largest fertile plains of the whole world. As compared to the whole world, these plains are the most fertile land. This region, this area is called the Rice Bowl of India. Yes, Rice Bowl of India. You know why? Because most of the rice is produced in this region. Division of the northern plains. Now this area have three very important rivers: Ganga, Satluj and Brahmaputra. They divide the plains into three river basins. A river basin is an area watered by a river and its tributaries. The three river basins in North India are Satluj River Basin, Ganga River Basin and Brahmaputra River Basin. Now let us study about the first one, Satluj River Basin. This Satluj River flows from the west part of India and it joins Indus River in Pakistan. And then the Indus River flows to the Arabian Sea. The states of Punjab and Haryana lies in the basin of Satluj River. You know children, these rivers are very important source for electricity production. This Satluj River has a dam built on it and it provides electricity to many states near its basin. The Bhakra Dam has been built on the Satluj River. It provides water for irrigation. Electricity is also produced at the Bhakra Dam. Punjab and Haryana are the two states which get water and electricity from the Bhakra Dam. Now let us move to the second one, Ganga River Basin. Ganga originates as Bhagirathi from the Gangotri Glacier. It flows at a very high speed from the mountain slopes. On its way down, it is joined by the river Mandakini and Alaknanda. These three rivers combine to form the Ganga. The Ganga enters the northern plains near Rishikesh. The Yamuna River, which is the main tributary of the Ganga, also starts from the Himalayas. There are a number of rivers which flow from the Himalayas and join the main stream of the Ganga. These includes the Ghagra, Gomti, Gandhak and Kosi. Now children, you must be knowing that we are living in the city of Sangam, where the two important rivers meet together, Ganga and the Yamuna. The Ganga and the Yamuna river meets at Sangam in Allahabad. There is another tributary, Son, that joins the Ganga near Patna. The Ganga flows through the states of Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. After reaching West Bengal, it is diverted towards south and splits into several branches. Many of them join the Brahmaputra river after passing through Bangladesh, our neighboring country. In West Bengal, the Ganga flows slowly and split into two branches, the Hooghly and the Padma. The branch of the Ganga in Bangladesh is known as Padma. The Hooghly is the main branch of the Ganga in West Bengal. Kolkata, the capital of West Bengal, is situated on the banks of the Hooghly river. Now we will move on to the Brahmaputra basin. The Brahmaputra river is the longest of all the three rivers of the North India. It starts in Tibet, where it is called Sangpo. It enters India through Arunachal Pradesh and flows through Assam before entering Bangladesh. The Ganga and Brahmaputra, before falling into the Bay of Bengal, form the largest delta in the world. It is called Sundarbans. Now children, what is a delta? A delta is a low-lying area found at the mouth of a river and is formed of deposits brought up by the rivers. Many cities exist along the bank of these rivers. Some of the important cities includes Delhi along Yamuna, Kolkata along Hooghly and Kanpur, Allahabad, Patna, Varanasi along Ganga. Many goods are produced in the factories which are located in these cities, but the harmful waste from these factories are discharged into the river. This makes the river water dirty. It becomes unfit for drinking and other uses. Now children, you know what happens? Sometimes these factories discharge their waste in these rivers which pollute them, and then the water in those rivers become contaminated with dirt as well as bacteria, and it is very harmful to drink the water. The government has started many projects to stop this pollution, this water pollution, and to clean the rivers. One of the projects of the government to clean the river Ganga is the Ganga Action Plan. Yes, the name of the plan, the project started by the government is the Ganga Action Plan. The plains of the Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra river has been inhabited by people since early times. The states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and National Capital Territory of Delhi lie in this region. Parts of Assam also lie in this region. Now children, let us study about the cultures, the language, the dressing sense of the cities or states which are located in the northern part of the India or in the northern plains. Let us start with Punjab. Children, do you know Punjab is called the land of five rivers? You know the reason why? Because five rivers flow from Punjab. They pass through Punjab. The western part of Punjab became a part of Pakistan in the year 1947 after the partition of India. Now only three main rivers flow through the Indian part of Punjab: Beas, Ravi and Satluj. Punjab lies in the western part of the northern plains. Modern methods of farming, irrigation facilities and hard-working people have made it a prosperous state. Farming is the main occupation of people. It is rich in crops such as wheat, rice, maize and oilseeds. Men wear dhoti, kurta and lungi, while women wear salwar kameez and dupatta. The people of Punjab speak Punjabi and Hindi. They eat makke ki roti and sarson ka saag in winters. Baisakhi and Guru Purabs are important festivals of Punjab. Jalandhar, Ludhiana and Amritsar are important cities of Punjab. Chandigarh is a union territory, is a capital of Punjab as well as Haryana. Children, do you know Jalandhar is very famous for producing sports goods like cricket bat, racket, badminton racket, and many other sports goods are manufactured in Jalandhar. In the same manner, Ludhiana is famous for hosiery. Ludhiana is known for hosiery and woolen goods. Amritsar and Dariwal are important centers of woolen products. Amritsar is also famous for Golden Temple. It is the holiest place of pilgrimage for the Sikhs. Now let us learn about the next state, Haryana. Haryana shares its boundaries with Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. The main occupation of people of Haryana is farming, includes the dairy farming. Major crops grown here are wheat, rice, maize, pulses and sugarcane. There is a big dairy farm and research center at Karnar. A big cattle fair is held at Hisar every year. Or Gurgaon. The place near Delhi is also a part of Haryana. It is famous for automobile industries. Sonipat is famous for bicycles while Panipat is famous for handloom clothes. Women wear Ghagra choli and Oढ़ni. Men wear dhoti and kurta. Haryanvi and Hindi are the languages spoken by the roti, dal, curd and milk are the main foods eaten in Haryana. Teej is the main festival celebrated in the state. Now children, let us study about our own state, that is Uttar Pradesh. Now Uttar Pradesh has very good soil, very fertile soil. You know children why? Because of the river Ganga. The Ganga river deposits the alluvial soil on its banks, and that is why we have a very good fertile soil for the production of crops. Most of the people practice farming. The main crop grown are wheat, rice, sugarcane, oil seeds and pulses. Cotton, textiles, sugar, glass, leather and fertilizer are the main products of factories located here. Kanpur, Noida, Ghaziabad, Meerut are important industrial towns. The world famous Taj Mahal is in Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Banaras silk and Lucknowi chicken embroidery are very famous. Women wear saris while men wear dhoti kurta or kurta pajama. Dal roti and vegetables are the staple diet of Uttar Pradesh, and people usually speak Hindi and Urdu. Now the main festivals celebrated in Uttar Pradesh is Eid, Holi, Diwali and Shivratri, Mahashivratri. And as I have told you children in the beginning that here in Allahabad we have Sangam. So near Sangam there is a Mela organized called the Kumbh Mela, where the people from all over the world visit to take a holy dip in Sangam. Now let's move on to the West Bengal. The West Bengal is a very important state of India. Most of the people living over here are farmers and fishermen. Fish and rice is the staple food over here, and sari is the main dress of Bengali women. They are very fond of music and love to stage plays. Men wear dhoti kurta. People speak Bengali. Durga Puja is the main festival of West Bengal. The famous Shanti Niketan, founded by Rabindranath Tagore, is located in West Bengal, and Kolkata is the capital city. Now children, let us learn about our capital, Delhi. Delhi is the capital of India, and it is known as the national territory of Delhi. Delhi is the seat of the central government. It is a cosmopolitan city with different culture. Yes, what do you mean by cosmopolitan? Cosmopolitan means people of different culture are living over here. It has people from all regions, religions and castes. speaking various languages and following various customs. Most of them are employed in government offices, schools and private firms. Hindi, Urdu and Punjabi are the main languages spoken here. Delhi has historical buildings like Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Old Fort and Rashtrapati Bhavan. Some of the famous temples are Birla Temple, Lotus Temple, Chhatrapur Temple and Akshardham Temple. All these places are thronged by devotees. The people of Delhi celebrates all festivals. The Republic Day and Independence Day celebration in Delhi are the main attractions. Delhi Metro Rail is the chief mode of transportation in Delhi. The next state is the state of Bihar. Bihar is a very important city in the history of India. Lord Mahavira was born here and Lord Buddha received enlightenment at Bodh Gaya. India's first president and famous freedom fighter Dr. Rajendra Prasad belonged to Bihar. Chief crops grown here are rice, wheat, sugarcane and pulses. People mostly speak Hindi, Maithili and Bhojpuri. Patna on the banks of river Ganga is the capital of Bihar. Dussehra, Holi, Diwali, Chhath and Eid are the main festivals of Bihar. Now children, we are moving to the last state, that is Jharkhand. The capital city of Jharkhand is Ranchi. And children, you must be knowing that the famous cricketer MS Dhoni belongs to Ranchi. Jharkhand was carved out of Bihar in the year 2000. Dhanbad, Jharia, Bokaro and Jamshedpur are other important towns of Jharkhand. Jharkhand is very rich in minerals like coal and bauxite. So children, this is the end of the chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter. Thank you.